Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain second chapter of Module 5, subject Internet of Things Technology. The second chapter of Module 5 is Smart and Connected Cities. The textbook that is referred is IoT Fundamentals by David Hannes. And these are the topics of second chapter, starting with an IoT strategy for smarter cities. This section explains how IoT technologies can be used to improve the lives of citizens and efficient management of urban centers. First of all, what is meant by smart city? Smart cities are the ones that use ICT. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. Smart cities are the ones that use ICT for solving many issues that urban centers face today. And this reduces costs and enhances quality of life. For example, starting at street level, consider the problem of a parking space. We can have IoT solution with sensors that capture data on parking space availability. Citizens can use tools such as mobile devices to locate available parking spaces. When such a ICT information and communication technology is used, such smart solutions can have impact on quality of life. And this ICT connects people, data, things, and processes together in networks of billions of connections. These connections create a huge amount of data, and when this data is analyzed and used intelligently, it leads a better quality of life for people. Coming to the topic, global versus siloed strategies. The main problem with the implementing smart city solutions is cities invest in one problem at a time and solve or do it independently. This results in problems in following problems such as no sharing of information, waste and duplication in investment and effort. For example, in cities, parking, lighting, traffic management are independently managed with their own budgets. This introduces duplication of investment on the same infrastructure. Cities need to begin with a solution that extends systems across vendors, technologies. For example, consider a highway system. Cities do not have different road systems for cars, trucks, or other vehicles, as it is efficient to use a unified road network. Similarly, with respect to data flowing over the network, multiple networks are less efficient than single unified or global network. A city needs an open or a global IoT solution that allows all public services such as garbage, parking, lighting to use a common unified network. This global or open IoT solution leads several technological challenges such as how to collect data, how to maintain data collection devices such as sensors without a high cost, where to analyze data collected from sensors, how to aggregate data from different sources, and many other challenges. Hence, smart city needs structured computing model that allows distributed processing of data such as a IoT solution based on cloud and fog computing model. In this model, that is a structured computing model based on cloud and fog computing model, data needs to be processed locally, stays at the edge of the network. For example, information about available parking spaces is made locally available at the edges of network, and statistics and analytics about peak times can be sent to cloud. This allows city planners to better organize the growth of various activity centers in the city. Coming to the next topic, smart city IoT architecture. Here you can see there are 4 layers. Smart city IoT architecture is a 4 layered architecture. The data flows from devices at the street layer to the city network layer, where data is aggregated and normalized. This data center layer provides information to services layer, which consists of applications that provides services to the city. Starting with the street layer, we'll go back to the diagram. Starting with the street layer, the street layer is composed of devices and sensors that collect data and take action based on instruction. A variety of sensors we can find in street layer. Such as magnetic sensor, lighting controller, video cameras that can detect vehicles, faces, traffic conditions, and air quality sensor. While choosing a sensing device, we will be considering its lifetime maintenance cost. Another aspect that we consider while choosing a device is edge analytics. We need to manage many sensors and their data through a network in a way that processes data with a minimal delay. For example, a car counting sensor does not need to send data for each car detected. It may have to send only cumulative count every minute. So these are few aspects or key points that we consider while choosing sensor devices at street layer. Coming to the city layer, at this layer we have network routers, switches that aggregate all data collected by sensors, and this layer sends aggregate data to the data center layer. Coming to the next layer, data center layer. The data center layer, the data collected from sensors is sent to the data center, where it is processed and correlated. Based on this, meaningful information can be derived. For example, data center can provide information about city traffic and help authorities to take decision on need for more or less vehicles. Coming to the services layer, the collected data from lower layers should be provided according to specific needs or requirements of consumer of that data, and this is provided by smart city applications at services layer. For example, parking data indicating which spots are and are not currently used can be provided by citizen parking application, that is app at services layer. The same data can be used by application that help city operators to know parking problem areas in the city at any given time. So this is about smart city IoT architecture. Thank you.